morning, everybody. Continuing breakfast. I'll be your master of ceremonies today. My name is Bill West. Some of you have seen me out here too many times. I apologize, but I'm certainly glad to be a part of this great organization and the community outreach, or as I like to say, a reach out to the community this morning. So we thank you very much for being here. And we want to be respectful of your time. As I mentioned, you're all investing an hour and a half, and there's 272, so that totals, Sonny, what does that total, 272 times an hour and a half?
408.
Wow, a math wizard too. So that means there's about 10 40-hour work weeks that we're investing this morning. So that's not insignificant, so we're going to move things along. And of course, as you know, the mission for the family, the Center for Family Outreach is to touch the children, kids from 10 to 18 in Larimer County to help them have a stable relationship, long-term relationship, and the center has done absolutely a tremendous job in doing that over the years. So we also have a lineup of great speakers to inform, inspire, and to maybe even tug at your heartstrings a little bit today. We want to also thank some of our sponsors. The presenting agency sponsor is Realities for Children, and also the achievement sponsors is the Bohemian Foundation, along with EKS&H and Otter Cares. And also the enrichment sponsors are Markley Motors, Liggett Smith and Johnson PC. Page 2. Peterson Toyota, Huda Valley Health System, Suka Bush and Associates, CPAs, Sterling Infosystems, Schrader Oil Company, and the Agenine. So let's give those sponsors a big hand. We certainly want to thank the Hilton for hosting this event, along with Alpha Graphics, who's provided all of the printed material this morning, and Mantooth Marketing Company, who's provided a lot of great services in putting this all together too, along with the table captains and the sponsors, and also the Center's Board of Directors, and also the Fund Development Committee. And if you're on the Fund Development Committee, would you please stand and be recognized? Okay, let's give them a big hand too. Now, as we're moving along here, the centerpieces that you see on the table have been handcrafted, glazed, and fired, and painted by the Center's students. So we also want you to know the Front Range Community College helped pot the plants, and the Rotary Club and the Children's Garden helped with that. And we are going to be auctioning those this morning. So the bidding starts at $35. So towards the end, be thinking about what you want to bid. And I suppose if you want to bid on somebody else's table, you could do that as well, just to raise some more money so you can raise the bid. And that money, the proceeds, is going to be for a brand new video. So that is going to help, really help promote the center and as an educational tool. When I asked Lori today, I said, well, Lori, how are you doing? She said, well, last night I had a panic attack. And she started going, but we're going to make her feel right at home. But speaking of videos, we're going to take a few minutes now to see a video. So go ahead and turn the lights and let's roll. I have to confess, and I'll say this to me, but I'll see if you can identify with this as well, but sometimes I have a rather sanitized sense about Fort Collins, and may not have a full understanding or appreciation, about the depth of need that exists within this community. So after I met with Lori over at the center, I was impressed tremendously about what that organization does. I mean, they've served over 4,000 children over the last 12 years. As well, just last year, have touched the lives of 800 children. And of course, it goes far beyond the children, because it affects parents and families and siblings and grandparents and other friends and so on. It's so significant in what it does. And I'm an art lover, and when I walked into the art room over at the center, I saw this John Lennon. Isn't this tremendous? this is what the kids do. I was just so impressed. I don't know how much we could make today if we were to auction it off, and I know that they're not going to do that, but this is the kind of work, though, that I think is very, very significant. And it was very impressed, and I'm sure you were too. Well, now we're going to hear from the executive director and the founder. Lori Cliff worked for the Larimer County Sheriff's Office as a public information officer. She also was a supervisor, was also in charge with victim services and the community liaison. She worked from 1984 to 1997. She served in the probation department. She implemented a restorative justice program. Her life has been all about children, education, and prevention, and that's just been her passion. So, and she had also worked in the probation department. And she decided that she was going to retire. So I guess that's what you do, is when you retire, you start a nonprofit agency to help kids. So she could be a great inspiration for us all in that regard. As executive director, some of her duties are management and administration of the superb staff, day-to-day operations, fundraising, grant writing, program development, strategic planning, and turning off the lights at night when she leaves. So ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Executive Director and founder of the Center for Family Outreach, Lori Cliff.
Good morning. How is everyone? I'm so honored to see everybody in this room. You are so many champions that advocate for children on a daily basis. I have had such a pleasure to meet and work with all of you, and this is what keeps me going because of your passion and your dedication of working with children as well. Before I begin, you have to excuse me, the smoke is just kind of not helping my asthma at all. Before I begin, there are a few people that I have to tell you how incredible they are, and I would love for my board of directors to stand, because without them, I could have never done this. So, come on. The other people that I need to thank on a daily basis is my staff. I could never get anything done without them. They're the most passionate, dedicated people that want to help children. So I would love for them to stand as well. So, I've written this speech 3 times. Because I have to try to tell you about 12 years in 5 minutes. We've had 12 exceptional years. We have served 4,000 children. And we do that because we want to invest in them. We want them to have a great life. We want them to have a strong education. And we want to be able to give them some things that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. I've been doing this for 25 years. And I can't tell you how many people I have met in my lifetime who are such professionals, who are mentors of children, and how they've really made a difference. And these people I work with every day. I can tell you that when I started getting involved in prevention and education at the Sheriff's Department and the Probation Department, one of the things that I learned along the way is I had some very, very strong mentors that taught me a lot about children. One of them was Brownie McGraw. She is my best, dearest mentor, keeps me on track all the time, and basically taught me something that I've never ever forgotten, and that was, she said, if I'm going to work with children, I need to know how to teach lessons and how to teach the teachable moments. And when they're there, that's your window of opportunity to work with them. And so I've always remembered that. And then when I went to the Sheriff's Department, I met some unbelievable people in law enforcement, in the district attorney's office, who really only wanted to help kids. And we came together and we started working on prevention and education programming to help children stay out of the juvenile justice system. So basically what that means is our model looks like we serve ages 10 to 18 years of age. Children come to to us who have substantial, significant substance abuse issues. They come to us with mental health issues, and they also come to us because they're teenagers. All of us can relate about the decisions we used to make when we were teenagers. They're doing the same things. But the things that they do at the center is incredible because we build relationships with them. When they come in, they have a very safe, non-judgmental agency that really, really cares about them. We have therapists. We have school resource officers that are there all the time. We have them on a backbone number. And they are always, always helping us. Kids come in and they want to be successful. They know that they have to have an education. And if they don't have that, they know that things are going to get really overwhelmed for them. The center is a special place because they get to be who they want to be. At any given day, we have children come in that have pink hair, blue hair, purple hair, piercings, tattoos, some clothes, some not enough. And they all come in and they are the most incredible people because they don't judge. They accept everybody. They just know that they have stuff that they have to work on, and we help them do that. We offer drug and alcohol classes, anger management classes, life skill classes, bullying classes just has come up in the last year, and we're really starting to address that. But one of the things that Sunny is going to talk about today is we're launching a new program, and it's going to be an open referral program. So now, not only will we get referrals from law enforcement and juvenile justice system, we are absolutely going to get them from the schools, because the schools play such a big role in what we do. We truly believe that if children don't have an education, the door shuts for them. So we have GED programs, tutoring programs, we have yoga, we have an incredible art and GED teacher, excuse me, and we do all of these kinds of things trying to get them introduced to some really positive kinds of things in their life so they don't have to smoke pot, they don't have to drink, they don't have to cut, they don't have to run away. And one of the things that we're working on now is parents. Parents come in and they're very frustrated. They don't know what to do. They've hit those turbulent years of teenagers. And some parents have come to our doors and said, can they just come and live with you until they're 18? And then we'll pick them up. It's like, nah, I don't think so. We're not doing that. So we have many, many ages. We have many case managers that teach a lot of classes, and we have any given day 50 to 60 kids there. And so they're just coming and going all the time. I'd like to present a little history to you, if I may. In 2002 and 2003, we provided drug and alcohol, anger management, and life skills to 150 children with 2 staff, offering a 600 in a square building. Larry Abrahamson was incredible because he came to us and said, would you be interested in running a diversion program? And I went, how bad can that be? That's going to be easy. I mean, we'll just take a couple hundred kids, we'll be fine. In 2003 and 2004, our numbers increased to 300. And we are now doubling classes and having 4 staffing units. And we moved to an 1,800 square foot building from a gift from Bohemian Company, which was an amazing deal for us because then we could build staff. Today, in 2005 to now, we are providing services to 750 children a year. We have 2 locations, Fort Collins and Loveland. We have 12 staffing units and a 4,200 square foot building with 4 classrooms, which is just unbelievable. We offer 14 classes now, continually rotating all through the days. We have 3 levels of substance abuse classes: anger management, girls specific. So if we have girls that are at the center who have been traumatized from molestation or anything like that, we have a girl specific class that we can work with some of our young women. Parenting classes and support groups, and that is amazing because parents really love that support and need that support. We have cognitive behavioral groups and individual therapy, and Tiffany Lehman has been amazing with some of our kids who are just so hard, and so we love having her there as well. Tutoring and individual, and then the martial arts, the music, the yoga, and the service learning. We are now having kids getting involved back into the community and giving back because they need to learn about that. It isn't always about receiving, it is about giving. And so they're doing a very good job on that. Our kids are awesome, awesome kids. Here's what we've learned in the last couple of years, is that in order to provide services for kids, we absolutely have to work together. We know that we have to partner with the schools because that relationship is huge if we're going to move these kids through and get their higher education. When we need to collaborate with the Department of Human Services and mental health, private therapists, because some of the significant needs we have with regarding suicide and molestation and all of those kinds of things that those kids go through is incredible. We also know that we have to continue to work with businesses and recreational systems because we need businesses to step forward and say, we have a job shadowing program, we're going to give them a second chance and get them what they need. I want to share some stories, teachable moments, as Brownie McGraw would say, and we've had some wonderful successes, but I want to give you an example of what it looks like when a case manager is there. This is a typical day for a case manager. A young man was referred to the center having not attended school since 7th grade. Somewhere between 7th and 9th grade, he came up completely and went and decided to go and be with the gangs. He decided that he didn't want to work, and so he decided to try out shoplifting instead. He went through the district attorney's office, and they had sent him to us. By the time he came to the center, he was 17, never held a job, and did not complete his high school education. Today, his initial score, when he started, his initial scores were around 17%. After a long and patient year with our dear Amy, our GED instructor, he achieved his GED. He is currently enrolled at Front Range College and is planning on pursuing a welding degree. A young woman who was 15 was brought to the center by her parents intoxicated after drinking alcohol and taking over-the-counter cold medicine and began cutting herself severely. She is now attending cognitive therapy group with Tiffany, seeing individual therapists, involved in pro-social activities, and just secured employment. A young woman, 17, referred to us by law enforcement who is addicted to prescription medication for over a year. Today she attends cognitive therapy, maintains 4 months of sobriety, has raised her grades to C.